Thank you for clicking on the video. Welcome back to the channel. This is another review for P-Valley Season 2, Episode 5, White Nights. We in A. We in the A, okay? And so this is Keyshawn's night. It's Mississippi night. I don't remember what strip club they was at. Like if they was at KOD or I don't even think they said. Or I didn't pay attention. But anyway. Keyshawn and Rome are in the dressing room, getting her geared up for her big night. He got all these wigs out, and she like, no, that's ghetto. He all these colorful wigs and all of that. And he shows her this blonde one and tells her to put that one on. She ain't really feeling it. She don't feel like it go with her complexion. She don't really do the blonde wig, but of course he slick talks her into wearing it, and then tells her, that she'll be doing the Dirty Dozen tour another week. And she's like, now Derek agreed to this being the last week. And he already, squared it away with Derek. So no worries there. And, he promises to get her on up out of there. I'm going to get you out. You're going to go out there and you're going to make this money. And I'm going to get you out. Whatever. With his slick talking ass. Murder and the gang, they, sitting inside the strip club in their section rolling up. Murder a little bit salty. Cause he like, listen, I could have did the song this Mississippi night. I could have did the song and go with Mississippi. Like, why ain't up there? Rome should have, hooked that up. He feel a way about that. He said, and Big T say, don't these people out here in ATL don't want to hear that. He say, what you mean? I sample Baby D, East Side, West Side. And then I went back and listened to that song and I said, you damn right, you sure did. East Side ho, East Side ho, East Side ho, East Side. No, nigga, West Side, bitch. West Side, bitch. That's a good one. That's a good one. Go back and listen. If you are not familiar with Baby D and his work and what he gives and what he had gave to hip hop back in the early 2000s, go on and look up Baby D, because Baby D has some hits. And if you are familiar and you forgot about Baby D, go on and listen to that one, because he absolutely sampled that one. And that was nice. That was nice that he got a little shout out in the P Valley. Anyway, Murder feel a way about not being able to perform on this night, because Rome, it has been making all these deals for Mississippi, but it's just like I guess it's starting to feel like he just a tag along. Well, tonight you are. Sorry. So they introduced Jocelyn Hernandez. And so she has a cameo appearance, and a couple of other of the Love and Hip Hop girls. They used to strip. They get a cameo appearance as well. Like you barely see them, but Jocelyn had her, she had her some lines. Of course, she's herself. She comes out, like the fairy godmother. I forgot to tell y'all this entire time Uncle Clifford is narrating. And so we're getting the whole Cinderella story, if you will. It's a fairy tale. And so, of course, we have to have someone narrating. And I loved every minute of it. Loved it. But anyway, Jocelyn, the fairy godmother, comes flying out from the ceiling, over the crowd or whatever. And she introduces Keyshawn, and Keyshawn comes out there and does what she's supposed to do. She does what she always does, and makes the money. That's what we love to see. Uncle Clifford, he takes us back in time to, a time before Keyshawn was Mississippi. And she's trying out for the cheerleading team. I don't remember how. I want to say this is like 2 or 3 years before. It ain't a whole lot of time. Maybe like 2000. I don't know. Anyway, not 2000. But I really don't know the year. I don't even think they gave it to us. But they take us back in the past a little bit. When she was in high school. Gidget is also there. Gidget is the captain of the squad, I assume, because she's the one, with her clipboard in charge of the tryouts. And Keyshawn is up there trying to do a stunt. She can't really do it. She fall down, hit her face. And there's another girl, her stepsister. When she falls, this is when she meets Derek. Derek helps her up and all of that, And this, I guess he's so dreamy. Her white hope. Oh, child, please. Anyway. He's on the team as well. He's a cheerleader too. Keyshawn's stepsister, she steps up to do the same, or actually no, she wanted to do a harder stunt, and she ends up doing the thing, and so of course, you know, she gonna make the team. But Keyshawn's sitting over there with an ice pack on her face, looking cheap. Meanwhile, her stepsister done got all the shine. Oh well. She's sitting on this bench after the tryouts, I assume. And it's this boy, he a football player, and he come over there with all of this. And he's self-hating, telling her she look like a burnt something. Because, you know, Keyshawn is beautiful and brown. Beautiful. She's perfect. Like you, she's perfect. And you sitting over there like the same complexion, got the nerve to be a colorist. Anyway, y'all, this episode hit on a lot of that. It hit on a lot of black issues. And I was here for it. But anyway, he gives her a little bit of lip, and Derek, you know, chill out. Don't do that. I think she's beautiful. Oh, look at you, you little pansy. Oh, you got something to say. What you gonna do? You gonna cheer me away? Brah rah shiskumba. Like, what you gonna do? And Derek, I don't think Derek said anything. Like, he just, you know, turned away, like paid him dust and walked away. And that boy spit on him. And I said, Derek, beat his ass. This was the one time. This was the one time I was here for the ass whooping that Derek was giving. He beat that boy ass. It had got to a point where it was like, okay, that's enough. And he was still going. People had tried to jump in, and he fought them off too. It was like, what is this? It was a lot. It was very reminiscent of the Umbrella Academy. You know how their fight scenes go, where you just be fighting everybody every which way, just fighting. That's what Derek was doing. He was beating ass. He was beating ass. Now, I don't know if I heard him say something about. I don't know if I heard him call him a nigga with a hard ER or not, but Derek had spazzed, and Keyshawn saw it. She noticed it. It scared her then. And in that moment, you should have known then he ain't one to play around with. I don't think you want to go down that road with him, because he got an anger issue. But nope. She didn't see the red flag. Of course, she did not see the red flag. So the trial results are up. Of course, like I said, Keyshawn did not make the team, but her sister did. Her sister's nice about it. So in this Cinderella story, her stepsisters are nice to her. You know, they like her. It's just stepmama that don't see it. But anyway, of course, Derek is like conveniently right there to console her once again. And, you know, telling her how pretty she is and all of that. It's like, go on, Derek, go on. Because he just got her swooning. And no, girl, you just saw him tear that boy up. What you think he'll do to you if you make him upset? Granted, the boy spit on him. And that is, listen, the ultimate disrespect. But he you know, punching him a couple of times would have sufficed. But the way he went in, that should have alarmed you. But it didn't alarm her. She is smitten. She's smitten. At home, she's the resident house hairdresser. And, you know, her stepmama got her doing her sister's hair. You know, they're debutantes, they're this, they're that. You know, she's one of those, you know, highfalutin blacks. You know, one of those Jack and Jill, if you will. She's a colorist, definitely. She favors that oldest daughter because she's light and fair and, you know, perfect body, you know, perfect complexion, long hair, all of that. Keyshawn's sitting over there curling the girl hair, and she ends up burning her ponytail off. And and the lady even had the nerve to tell her she can go to cosmetology school. It was a dig. She was trying to make a dig, but whatever. She burned the girl hair, and she basically makes it seem like you know, the girl's life is over. She'll never be anything. Like, all a light-skinned girl needs is her long hair, and then she's the perfect package. That lady is crazy. She's crazy, and there are a lot of mothers just like her. So I'm glad that we are highlighting this bullshit so that people can see how crazy they look. Keyshawn and her stepsisters and Gidget, they're having lunch. And they're talking about this dance that's coming up. So in Mississippi, the proms were separated, I think, up until 2008. They were separated. They were segregated proms. White prom, black prom. The white prom was hosted. It's called the damn, did I write it down? I didn't. I think I did later on, but anyway, it ain't right there now. But anyway, the white people have their prom at the plantation. Mistletoe, the mistletoe, that's what it's called, the mistletoe. The white folks, it's called the mistletoe. I forgot what they call the I guess it's the red solo party, because them folks over there had the red solo cups. But anyway, we'll get to that. The stepsisters are mainly in competition with one another, and that's their mother's fault, because that little sister, she's brown skin. You know, she barely passing that brown paper bag test, and she knows that her mom, you know, plays favorites with the two of them, and kind of, you know, puts them against one another, and so they're bitches to one another. They ain't got time to give Keyshawn anything. So Keyshawn's really like in the clear when it comes to her sisters. Keyshawn is walking home and it starts to rain. You already know black girls got to get up out to get into some shelter when it starts raining. And she said she had just got her hair done. But anyway, once again, Derek is pulling up to save the day. Anyway, she gets in, you know, he offers her a ride, of course, and he takes her to a diner. And Patrice is their waitress. So she was waitressing back in the day. And she's like, oh, okay, because Keyshawn just ordered like some fried pickles or something real simple and small, like an appetizer. And she's like, that's it? Girl, order everything on this menu. He can afford it. Aren't you going to pay for it? So I'm assuming she knows exactly who he is and who his family is. But, you know, Keyshawn's like, so are we on a date? And he's like, no, I wouldn't take you here to Taffy's for a date. She look around like, what you mean? It's all black folks in there. And, you know, it's looking like he's already insensitive to her blackness. Like already. He alludes to, I ain't taking you home. All that. It's just, girl, red flag, red flag, red flag. And you still going down this wrong road. Lord Keyshawn. Back at the house, stepmama in there telling the girls fairy tales and lies about how she met their stepdad, Keyshawn's dad. You know, she just served her man a drink, and from there it was this and that and that. And Keyshawn like, you forgot the part where you served his wife a drink first. And she tries to, you know, shut Keyshawn up, and Keyshawn like, nah, because you telling that story all wrong. Like, you a homewrecker. That's what you are. He was a married man. So what you doing? Trying to make it seem like your fairy tale ending came by way of chance, you know, and happenstance, and not the fact that you was just slithering and sliding your way in like the homewrecker that you are. I'm assuming mama got left with nothing. Because Keyshawn lives with her dad now, you know, and this new woman, you know, did he put mama out? Because well, mama, I don't know. But anyway, when she says that, stepmama has a fit. She pick up some potatoes and throws it at her. And Keyshawn like, bitch, you got me fucked up. You got me messed up, girl. She pick up a whole basket or bowl or something and throws it at the lady. It's all bad. It's all bad. So you already know that night, Keyshawn's daddy and stepmama have to have this long, drawn-out conversation. I want her gone. I want her gone. You already know what it gave. Whatever, lady. We flash to Atlanta for a little bit, and Keyshawn is having the time of her life. She and Jocelyn, the Puerto Rican princess, are having a good time. Jocelyn invites her back to her room. You know, she's like, you want me to dance again? She's like, no, girl, I just want to get to know you. I just want to talk business. You going places. And listen, don't you ever let none of these people steer you from your path, because I know you got more. I know you got more going on. You gonna just be just a hoe. So to them, they gonna always think of you as just a hoe. But I know you more than that. I know you're more than that. So meet me round to the room later on this evening. Okay? Okay, we go back in past. Let's go back to the past again. Keyshawn over there in her pajamas, eating her cereal, watching her sisters get ready for the prom. You know, she's not going. You already know what it gets. Cinderella story. Right now, she's not invited to the ball. Her Prince Charming hasn't showed up yet. Her dad comes in there, you know, he's taking the pictures and he wants to get in the picture with his girls and their dates. And so he gonna stand in the middle and he inching Alicia, the oldest daughter, you know, closer. And she's, you know, getting all squirmish and he kissing her all on her forehead. And, you know, it's creepy. It's obvious that her dad is also a pedophile, also a creep. She noticed it. Keyshawn definitely notices it. And so I'm sure we're going to revisit that, or hopefully we will. But anyway, all of a sudden, you know, there's a knock at the door, and who is it? Derek, to save the day again. Great White Hope. Her white cane. He shows up with a garment bag, you know, some shoes and all of that. Listen, girl, get dressed. I got you right here, ready to go to the mistletoe party at the plantation. So she's all excited. She gets a gown. It's a very nice royal blue dress, you know, which explains why which explains why royal blue is, you know, her color, you know, on big nights. He got her some shoes that fit perfectly. The dress, it ain't fit perfectly at first. She was in there doing sit-ups and really, you know, trying to get into that dress, but she got in it. And they go to the mistletoe dance where we have champagne flutes, whereas her sisters and Gidget went to the black party where the solo red cups were being passed around. So listen, take me to the party where the solo red cups are at. Take me to that one. Okay, actually, take me to the mistletoe first. So I can, you know, pre-game on the champagne, because I love champagne. We not going to turn the champagne down. And then take me to the solo red cup party afterwards, you know, where we can really get down. I would have wanted to go both. Both of them. I want to go to both of them. Thank you very much. Make the white folks mad at the mistletoe, because they was mad. They were definitely mad that she was there. And they could stay mad. His mama was around there lurking. You know, he was going to go in for a kiss, and she was back there like, don't you kiss that white. Don't you kiss that black girl. Don't you put your mouth on her dirty lips. You already know that was going to play in her mind. Don't you do that. She wasn't having none of it. You know, and afterwards, that's when she finds out that was that boy's mama. Because she around there talking shit about her. And he's like, oh, that's my mama. She's president of the Mistletoe Club. I bet she is. And you already know it's no blacks allowed in the whites only club. That's what it is, the Mistletoe Club. It's the whites only club. And you had that black girl around there. You know your parents was not having that. Anyway, after the dance, Keyshawn, and what's the boy name? Derek. They're in the car. And this is when he loses his virginity. Because she, you know, she was ready to go for it. And he's like, So she took his virginity. Which explains why she got such a hold on him. She put that thing on him. And every time she put that thing on him, Derek just weak. He weak in the knees. Stand up. Anyway, they have the sex that night, and she feels like she's all in love, but it's really not love between either one of them. Both of them, I feel like, are trying to save one another from their situation. More so, Keyshawn. I think Keyshawn notices that Derek is very broken, and she feel like she can fix him. No, girl. Absolutely not. When she get home, her stepmama waiting on her. Well, not really waiting, but she's in the foyer sipping on wine, drunk, crying, with a cigarette. She going through. You know, she tells her, well, you the first to get home, so I guess you the good daughter tonight. Because she was late for curfew, but the other girl, her daughters, aren't even there. So, I mean, good for you for at least getting here first. And she's like, yeah, so everything fits you tonight. It's almost like it was custom, like made for you. And, you know, of course, she's all excited and giddy. Yeah, but you didn't get to pick. Be careful being a man's Barbie doll. Because he going to always buy a new one. Because she should know. I don't know what she means by that. I don't know whether or not she knows her, her husband was on a work trip with another woman, or she knows that he's trying to replace her with her own daughter. So yeah, there's that. This could go either way. This could go either way. And I don't even know if we're going to even revisit any of that, because they gave us a lot that we could visit, that we could dive into. But I don't know. I don't know if this was just a small little something to show us a backstory on Keyshawn and we're going to move on. I don't know. But if we dive in deep, it's one of them two things. Mama found out about a new woman, or mama found out about him and that and trying to push up on her daughter, or both. I'm going to go with both. Back in the A, Dirty Dozen crew in the room counting it up. It's money everywhere, like covering the floor. Keyshawn doing snow angels in it and everything. She done made bank. Because she's about, they all feel like they're getting ready to go to Jocelyn's suite. But anyway, Big Teak and of course Murder got tension, and everybody's starting to notice it. It's getting to be a little obvious. And Keyshawn look over at Wody like, and we get the caption, "These niggas fucking?" And then he looked back like, "I think these niggas fucking." Murder going see about him. Wody gonna say, maybe we should get him some girls. And he looked at him like, "Girls? That's my pussy." Girls. Anyway, Rome gets back. And he's like, Keyshawn, go get ready and all of that. The boys are like, "Oh, we ready to go." He's like, "Oh, y'all not going nowhere. Y'all not invited." Of course, we got issues with that, because why we not invited? We here. So what we here for? This is really just about Keyshawn, I guess. Rome got all the smoke for Wody and, and how he's just a piss poor manager and all of that. It's just, you, Rome. Please. They all end up leaving. Big Teak included. And Rhodey is left there with Keyshawn. She's like, "I'm sorry about that. Don't worry about what he's saying." And he tells her, "I don't like your hair." And she's like, "Nigga, what?" He's like, "Nah, no disrespect. Like, I don't like it. I like it the way it grows out your head. So, he dropping nuggets. You better listen to Wody. Look at Wody's direction. In this episode, Wody stepped out a little bit. I was looking at him a little differently in this episode. I don't know. But anyway, he throws that at her. He appreciates her blackness, unlike Rome. Anyway, Keyshawn, she's knocked up, y'all. She knocked up and miserable. She complaining and going back and forth with Derek, about what he's not providing, this, that, and the third, because Derek feel like he doing it all. And she's like, "You ain't doing shit. I'm the one doing everything, working this job, working that job, taking care of you." And he's like, "I should have never slept with you," and all of that. He starts to throw it back at her like she trapped him. And she says a little bit too much for his liking, and he lunges over there and, of course, grabs her by the neck and tries to choke her out, like to blacken out. And, tell her how, "I should have never put my dick in your black ass. I should have never did." Like, he was going in. I'm sure it was very scary. This was the first time that he had put his hands on her. And this is where Uncle Clifford says that this is where Mississippi was born. And so here we have that. In the A, Keyshawn, she's getting ready to head to the function. And she goes and drops by Rome's room, and he in there with his robe still on. He not dressed. She's like, "What's going on? Like, you ain't even dressed yet?" And he tells her that the lace front deal fell through. Because I forgot to tell y'all that he told her that he got her a lace front deal. Anyway, he tells her that the lace front deal fell through, but he got something else lined up, and he pulls out these stripper heels. And she's like, "Stripper heels? Now I was going to make more money doing the lace front deal. Like, the stripper deal, like, that's pretty, that market is for a select group of people. I'm not going to make too much money doing that." And, of course, he slick talks her again, like he always does, into at least putting it on and trying it on. "Yeah, try that on with your floss." I'm going to go in here and change my clothes. So she does. She puts the shoes on, you know, and takes off her, she has on like a blazer jacket sort of thing. And she takes that off. She got on her floss because I guess she was going to work at the party. Or at least try. I don't know what she was going to do, but she was prepared. If somebody said, we want to see Miss Sip dance, she was prepared. But anyway, he comes back in there with his phone out. Comes in there, walks through the door with his robe wide open, dick hanging. And I mean hanging. And you know, and she's like, Rome, your robe. Oh, my bad. That must have came open. No, it didn't. No, it did not. No, it did not. But anyway, he, you know, tries to smooth talk his way into her panties, basically saying like, you owe me. I deserve this. Go ahead and just give it up. I know you want this too. And she's like, no, back up off me. You know, like, I'm getting ready to just try to go on and, you know, leave the room, whatever. And of course he grabs her and throws her on the bed. Before that, he pulls out his phone and, you know, and tries to basically blackmail her into doing it. You know, like, if you don't, I got this video here that I can just leak because I already know that you and Murder ain't a thing. I already know that when y'all kiss and nigga ain't look like he liked it. You know, I already know what he like. And he pulls out his phone and shows her a video of Murder and Teak getting down in the room. So he done recorded them in their room. And she looking like, okay, nigga, whatever. You know, like, she calls his bluff again. And that's when he gets to forcing himself on her and just yanks her and throws her on the bed like, you gonna give me this. And she kicks him in the balls, of course, and gets him off, fights him off of her, and runs down the hallway half naked with titty hanging out because he done tore off her top. Rome is a creep. And we always knew it. I told y'all he was gonna turn it on her. I knew he was. I knew it whole time. He just wanted to smash. He thinks nothing of her. He knows that she's a moneymaker, but he been wanting to smash since he saw her at the Pink. We see Keyshawn running through the rain, and she runs to her daddy's house. This is when we're back in time again, and she's pregnant. This is after Derek done put his hands on her. She runs home, and her stepmama answers the door and look at her in disgust like, I can't have you here around my daughters. My daughters don't need to see teenage pregnancy. Get out of here. You are not coming in. And she's like, what did my daddy say? He agrees. You're not coming in here. You might as well go on back and handle your business. This is your life. This is the bed you made. She's like, I made a mistake. No, you made a choice. Live with it. Once again, there are mothers everywhere like her. There are parents everywhere like her that would throw their child on the street just for getting pregnant. Because it's going to make her and her image and her perfect life look bad. It's going to make her look bad in front of the folks. Down to the Jack and Jill. Down to the country club. At the church. It's going to make them look bad. You got to get out my house. Sorry. I'm sorry that you're 14 and pregnant. Anyway, she wasn't 14, but still, it happens. It really does happen. She really just slammed the door in her face and left her standing out in the rain, you know, drenched, soaking wet, breast showing, she pregnant. It's just all bad. She just really left her out there. Terrible. Keyshawn, in real time, we see that she ran to Wodie's room and she tells him everything that happened. You know, she tells him about him having a tape of Murder and Teak. You know, she's like, he knows. He's like, knows what? He knows. Oh, fuck. I'ma handle it. Wodie say he gonna handle it. Don't you worry your pretty little head, Keyshawn. Wodie is going to take care of it. Keyshawn, back in real time, of course, she ready to go after that situation. The tour is off, tour done. Derek's in the kitchen taking care of the baby and all of that. She comes in there and her oldest baby, who is 3, you know, he was acting strange. You know, he was whining and whimpering a little bit and coddling one arm in particular. And she just, you know, what's wrong with him? Oh, nothing. I don't know. You just been gone so long, you know, I guess. I don't know. So she takes him to the doctor. And sure enough, his elbow was dislocated. And we also noticed a whole lot of bruising up his back. So he's been getting beatings. I'm surprised they didn't take that baby from her, because I thought that's what was coming next. I just knew they was gonna take that baby, but they didn't. Of course, she gets home, and she confronts him about that. Don't be putting your hands on my baby. He tries to lie and say he just gave him a spanking, and she's like, nah, that wasn't no spanking. You dislocated his elbow. His back is black and blue. That was not just a spanking. He tries to compare his childhood to how he's rearing up his kids now, and it's like, no, I know you were beat. You were abused. You're not doing that to my kids. You can beat on me all you want, but you will not beat my kids. And of course, again, she's getting too mouthy, and he punches her square in the face. We're leaving. I'm out of here. And he grabs her by her hair and drags her down the hallway. The babies are screaming. It's bad. He gets her up on the wall. He choking her, like that, got his elbow on her neck, choking her out again. And then he picks up this iron that is still on and hot and puts it up to her face like he's going to burn her face. And she is begging and pleading, please, not my face. Please, not my face. Anywhere, just not my face. Please, not my face. And, he just, puts it down after a while. And it's like, I'll discipline my kids however the fuck I want, bitch. And leaves her there, bawling. And goes to go see about the kids. Get out, Keyshawn. You gonna have to get out, girl. You gonna have to get the fuck out. Rome. He down at the trapeze, I assume, the brothel, which is a real place in Atlanta. It's actually right across the street from where they film The Pink. The Pink is being filmed. I forgot the name of that club. It's right. I used to work out at a gym that was right across the street from the trapeze, in between where the strip club is, where they film The Pink. Anyway, so I'm assuming that's trapeze, but they over there at the brothel. People just really getting down. And Rome is in there, and Wody, drops in on him. Let me talk to you. Let me holler at you for a minute. Let me talk to you. And Rome is like, okay, cool. We can do that. Let me go back here in this side room, and he hands him a little bit of cocaine, as a gift, I guess. Thanks for listening. And he like, cool, bet. He puts it out. He looks at Wody, because Wody looking at him like, yeah, go on and take it. He's like, oh, you first. Wody's smart. He covers up the whole thing, the lines, and snorts a couple of lines over from where the bad coke is. And Rome, dumbass, he goes and partakes, and he just talking, and Wody is, small talk, So, like, where you want to be buried? Because at this point, Rome is starting to he can't breathe. And Waldy's like, how you want to be buried? Cremated? You want to just you want me to just take you to the gravesite? You want to be above the ground? Or like what you want? And Rome still don't understand what's happening to him, but you dying, okay? He's like, okay, I gave you a little something I don't give everybody else. And it was fentanyl. And so that was the end of Rome. Bye, nigga. Wody, you did what you were supposed to do. Listen, you need Wody on your team. I need Wody on my team. I want Wody on my team. Bye, Rome. Good riddance. Good riddance. But he didn't get the tape. He asked him about it, but he didn't get it. It's like you were supposed to ask early on. Before he died, you were supposed to ask, because now how you going to get the tape? Ain't no telling how many copies he's made and all of that. They dropped the ball with the writing on that one, because it's like, nah, where is that tape? Where that's at? Anyway, Rome is gone. And he leave the club, and somebody like, hey, call the ambulance. This nigga just overdosed. And I'm sure people don't even care. They don't even care. Oh, well, bye. Anyway, that's it for that, guys. This was a really good episode. It made me, of course, we got the Cinderella story. We absolutely got the Cinderella story with the glass slipper, stripper shoe. And her, when she was running away from Rome and running away from the situation, when the clock struck 12, he grabbed that shoe. But anyway, her fairy godmother Jocelyn, her Prince Charming Derek, or so she thinks. He ain't it, girl. You gonna have to just go on and leave, because now he putting his hands on the babies, and that is not what we're going to do. We're not. You cannot sit by and allow him to abuse your children and you. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Anyway, that's where we end. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby, and I'll chat with you later. Peace and light.